Alright, greetings gang. This is what we're going to do on this video. I'm going to show you how to take off a anti-roll bar linkage. This, alright, let's do it like this. This component right here, listen, I've got a video where I dropped the subframe just to replace this bar. And I was saying in it, there's ways to replace this bar without dropping the subframe. At the end of every anti-roll bar, there is an anti-roll bar linkage. It's also known as a drop link or stabilizer linkage. This is also known as a stabilizer. But okay, from the name, you can already understand the purpose of this component. It's to keep the vehicle stable. I can show a bit of strength. Alright, maybe not too much. But this kind of flexes, it's kind of at an angle. When the car leans to the left, when you're steering hard right, it's this component's job to, let's say, distribute the weight and prevent the car from rolling over and things like that. Hence the name anti-roll bar. Alright, that's for those that didn't know. For those that do and they're trying to replace this for whatever reason, usually knocking noises of when you're going over humps and potholes and whatnot. Because what they do, they play here. It wears away here and then you get... this one's not playing, but they'll play there. And they'll leave you like a conking noise when you're going over the potholes and whatnot. Replacing it, it looks straightforward. This is an 18mm nut, for example, anti-clockwise to remove. The only issue that you may have, or what people usually do have, or what I used to struggle with when I was training and whatnot, is that the whole the joint turns. This joint will also turn. So if this is and this is a locking device, you can see it's got a little nylon insert. And if the threads as well are all crusted with rust and dirt and whatnot, certain times you will go to run that off anti-clockwise, obviously, and it will just basically grip onto the thread, and then the whole thing will be spinning around instead of the nut actually spinning off. Look, I've got this one tight enough, look, so it's doing it. And this is with my hand. Have a little look. Can you see? See, that's BS, isn't it? That's not helpful for anything. And I just ran that on with my hands, and now it's stuck. Alright, there you go, it's cracked off. Right, there's different ways to get rid of it. You can, I've seen people with impact wrench, on, off, on, off, on, off. Sometimes the nut will zip off quicker than the actual joint turns, and you can rip it off that way. Another advised method is cleaning the crap out the threads. Clean it as much as you can, maintenance spray and a wire brush and whatnot. Try to get the lines clean and smooth. Impact wrench again, zip off. These are with impact wrenches. Without an impact wrench, it's rare that you can just get the nut to run off on its own. Alright, now this is for the those that aren't that aware, like that aren't experienced when it comes to these components. If you look at this one carefully, you can see it's the shape of a hexagon, and you can see that a socket can clearly fit, and then that's the locking device basically. There's two methods. Alright, yeah, there is. Let me go and get another tool or a few tools, and I'll show you how to get these off when they're stuck and sticky and stuff. Alright, sweet. So these are the tools that I use to get these mofos off. This is a mold grip. This is an 18mm spanner. This is without an impact wrench, yeah. And then this is a, whoa, where are you going? Alright, go on. This is a 9mm socket. So that's what the ball joint is, yeah. That hexagon head is a 9mm socket. I'm making this video long just for the sake of making it long. It's quite clear where I'm going. Alright, so I'm going to give you the two methods. And there are some vehicles, and if I remember rightly, possibly the old Astras. Now you'll have the back of the nut, which will be the locking device. So this part here, this little round part here, some of them they're like, they'll be straight edged, and then you can fit a spanner around them, grip it with a mold grip. Obviously when it's inside the shock absorber, I'll give you an example of what that looks like. So that's going to be in there, that's going to be in there, it's going to be nice and tight. then you should have a little gap behind the strut and the drop link. I'll tell you what, if you zip it off first before it starts spinning all together, usually sometimes it will loosen a little bit, and sometimes that also can give you a little bit of a bigger gap behind the shock and the actual drop link. If you're using this method, or if your locking device is at the back, and you'll get the spanner behind the strut like that, or you just do that with a mole grip. Yeah, if you know how to use a mole grip. If I get that to the right settings, too tight right now, and I've got one hand available. Let's see if I can loosen it just for the sake of being thorough. It's a bit trial and error. Obviously, the way the manufacturer's done it for us, which is obviously going to be the simplest way, is you're just going to use this. This is the locking tab right here. What I was going to say as well before I get back onto the actual correct method, this is an unorthodox method. If you're aiming to reuse the drop link, then I wouldn't even advise using this method, because like I say, it's highly likely the dust gators get damaged, and if the dust gator damages, it's actually a fail. It's also considered dangerous. So that's if you was just gonna replace it, you're not using the old one. Yeah, try this method if you don't have a 9mm socket, etc, etc, or if your links are slightly different. An original Astra K drop link, like I say, all you're needing is an 8mm, preferably a spanner now, because yours is spinning, you're saying, so you can't put a socket on it. So you're gonna get a spanner. Let's get rid of this. That's what you want. Put the spanner on first. You could use the open end, I guess, but makes more sense with the ring end. And then just throw in the socket. So now you got a socket. You need a ratchet, obviously, of some sort, or a driver of some sort. You just want to go clockwise. You're going to go clockwise while holding the spanner. Or if you've got a ratchet spanner, you want to go anti-clockwise while holding the drive. And not too much more to explain. That's it. That will get it off. Same with the one on the inner, though slightly more difficult because of the angle. I'll do this. Yeah, slap the spanner on, slap on the socket, put my little ratchet on the end of the socket, and anti-clockwise. And the thing is, as much as ideal it would be to use a ratchet spanner, you can still get it off and then go again. Yeah, can easily just get it off, do the angles. So that's the trick here, and that's on the Astra K. I'm about to demonstrate on the other side just so I can show you how easy it is. And I haven't cleaned or anything. I haven't cleaned debris or anything, but I will use maintenance spray, because you know what I'm like. If you do know what I'm like, that is. Yeah, look, I've got it all lit up and set up for you. And as you can see, this one's nice. And what the heck is that? I have no idea. Let's see if we can get rid of that weird thing. Stone or a snail or something. Yeah, nice and set up for you. As you can see, this one's nice and tight. So what I may do is, okay, that's open. I might just do this like this. Oh, there you go. See, that's what you don't want. Can you see everything spinning? All right. So that nut's not going anywhere, is it? Just going round and round and round, making my device dance. All right, go on. So I'm gonna get the socket on, and then put in a little bit of spray, and then we're just gonna crack it off together. All right, cool. 18, yeah. Give it a little bit of spray. Cleaning it, yeah, it does help, man. Wire brush and stuff, but we ain't gonna do that right now. Well, I think I spent more than enough time on this video. All right, so this is so we want that to be going clockwise. So you want the joint to be going as if it's on. Obviously locking this in place, which will then take the nut off, if it makes sense. I'm not even holding the spanner, it's just gonna pivot it itself against the wheel arch, which is what you want, to be fair. If it hadn't stopped there, I would have left it to go and stop itself at the shock absorber. But I'd use an impact on this. I'd put like a gun on the 9, zip it off at nothing seconds. But yeah, for demonstration purposes, yeah, you can two hands it if you want. You can see what's happening. You can see how simple and easy it's coming off as well. Just get it until it's loose. Yeah, can you see that? Let me show you. It's almost off. I can probably even run it off now. Yeah, I actually can. If it gets stuck again, the same method. Spanner, socket, run the socket the opposite way until there's no more left. You can see that's right to the end now. Let me show you. So that's how you get that off. And nice and easy, right? Simplest way, right? Can I start titling all my videos the simplest way? Hope that's helpful. I'm not going to do the bottom for you because I can't bother and I've already showed you to do it.